I'm going to take one of these plates, it's a new plate, and a paintbrush, and I'm going to sweep the dust off of this shelf onto this plate. And the point, what I'm doing is for you to see that these patterns happen on the plate in the dust almost instantly. I hope you can see. I did this yesterday and I didn't have a light shining on it, so you really couldn't tell. So I'm going to try again today. Here we go. So, here. Okay. There's so much dust up here on these shelves. These are shelves in the basement. This is the top shelf. It never gets dusted. So there's lots of dust on here. I hope you can see what's happening. I'm glad to see those little star shapes. I was hoping I'd have more of those. Okay, so there we go. I hope you can see that. Okay, so that happened. Oh, my camera's got this. So that happened almost, pretty much instantly. Let me sit it down. I don't like shaking it. So that happened pretty much instantly. Let me get down from here and I'll do a better job of showing it. I'm going to sweep dust off of this shelf onto this plate so that you can see that this happens almost instantly. When the dust hits the plate, I hope this is showing up. I'm going to be so mad if this isn't showing up. Look back. I hope that helps. I'm wanting some more of those little star shapes, that's for sure. Oh, that's a lot of dust. Oh. Okay. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. I can't tell because I have the camera set up. But this pattern, what you see on the plate, it happens as soon as the dust hits the plate. Alright, this is some of the dust that I collected on the plates, showing how the dust lands on the plate and the pattern forms almost immediately, like right then. And I just wanted to add just a little bit of the footage showing the dust under the microscope. And I thought this was a really interesting hydra. Has a good view of it.
Looks like a little dot right there that could be an eye. I've never seen one quite as clear, maybe. I believe this is a Hydra embryo beginning to grow its tentacles. Let's see what else is here. Anyway, I thought it was a really good view of the Hydra. I don't usually see them so good. So let's look at some of this dust. So here's one of the lines, because you could see how it was forming lines, and you see how very clean and defined the dust scatter is kept in that space. Here again, the lines are very defined, very strong lines, which is not in line with random chaos, which is what you would expect when you're simply sweeping dust off of a shelf with a paintbrush and it landing on a plate. You would expect it to just land in random chaos, not in any kind of controlled, formed lines that are very clean and defined. And all of the plates, the patterns are always different. Now, I haven't seen any of them that are the same pattern. So this is just some of the dust and how it looks on the plate. I saw a Hydra somewhere I wanted to look at. I don't know where he went. I'll go back to that. There's one. This one right there. And but another strong defined line, and even though the fibers are even though the fibers are stretching past it, the scatter itself is very clean and defined. Now this is, I think, interesting, very interesting right here. Well, one thing that's interesting is this right here, because I think it's a very intentional shape with a very straight lines, and that's not something you just would naturally expect to see. It's an interesting shape, okay? The dots, okay? They're in a fractal pattern. I can't really see it well because it's like it is, but there's something very interesting about those dots, because they are in that fractal pattern, and they're just dots, little tiny dots. And those dots really don't overlap. If you look, let's see, let's zoom in and see. Yeah, okay, look at that. They don't really overlap, do they? Do you see? This should be dust that's scattered. It should be random chaos. This is very much ordered and controlled. Very little overlap. I don't even know that I see any overlap, but I don't want to say that there's no overlap, where they're laying on top of each other. These dots are, look. Okay, they're in a straight row. These are in a straight row. They're not overlapping, they're not touching. They are just, situated. This is a straight row, not quite as straight. It kind of has one out of place. But all you have to do is look and see that there's something unusual here. That these dots, whatever these dots are, they're not, well, actually here's two of them that are touching. So I can't say they're not. But the vast majority, there's two right there that are touching. Where were the other two? Here. That might be a couple touching, or it might just be one dot. The point is, there's something unusual there, because those those little specks are not overlapping, which would happen if just random chaos was at play with the dust falling and settling onto the plate. So that's definitely something I wanted to point out. You may see letters or numbers, like there's a 713. I see lots of letters and numbers. I see words and names. I'm going to try to make sure I don't include any footage that shows any of the words and names, or at least the names. That's for me to know. And there are names, and they're interesting names. There's men's names and women's names. Look, I mean, it's just so pretty. What a pretty line. Who knew dust could land on a plate and make pretty lines? I didn't. Okay. And it seems to me that something is working hard to design something. Come on, quit doing that. Turn it. Something is using the fibers, it seems to me, to design something. And I mean, I don't know what it is. I just see images in these things, like rough sketches. Like you're looking at a rough sketch. You have to look at it like you're playing Pictionary, and you're just getting part of what you should be seeing. So, to me, this just does not look like random chaos, like dust falling from a shelf and landing on a plate. This does not look like random chaos. What is it? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. Okay, so here was a hydrant here. I think this is the one I was looking for a minute ago. Yeah. Okay. Ovaries. I have seen ovaries. Yes, I have. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Why am I seeing ovaries? Let's see what this one looks like. Okay. Some fibers. Oh, isn't that strange? It is indeed. I don't know. It's interesting. Okay, I wasn't going to show a lot of the microscope footage in this video. I just really wanted to show some of what the dust on the plates looked like. And it's always different. The pattern you see with your eyes and the stuff that you see with the microscope, it's always pretty interesting and wild. And I don't see as many hydras as I was seeing right now, which is interesting. I mean, I still see plenty of them. Like, I don't see any right this second. We've got these dots, which I've talked about, which are interesting. The dust that, you know, lays down in controlled patterns instead of random chaos. And some interesting imagery that looks like something is drawing things out with the fibers, like sketching things out. Very long defined straight lines, which are just so wild, these fractal lines. Yeah, I don't need to draw the whole thing. Anyway, so my main thing here was to show a little bit of the dust, not get too deep into that. The main thing was showing me sweeping the dust on the plates. So let me know what you think, I guess. I haven't posted in a while. You know, just you know, doing my thing, but haven't put anything up in a while. There's a couple of hydras right there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yeah. Okay. And that's kind of close up of what the dust scatter looks like. It's got lots of little bits and things in it. Whatever makes up dust, I suppose. Yeah, I'm not trying to show anything. There's one. There's one. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let me get one more long shot. Oh, a zoomed out shot. Yeah. Okay. So I'll be posting more. I'm not sure what I'm at. My focus moves around a lot. Always around, you know, in the same places, but I just jump up around a little bit. So I'll probably be posting about hydras some more soon. I'm looking at the dust and the hydras. I'm looking at the fibers. The fibers are super interesting. The things going on with the fibers are super interesting. And so, yeah, I'll be posting them more soon. Okay.